Welcome back. You're still watching In the Game. If you just joined us, you've missed a lot. But we still have the president of the Nigerian Cricket Federation, Uyi Akpata, with us here, and also Toyin Ibitoye. And we've been relishing the win of the Nigerians on the 19th Junior Female Yellow Greens, their successes at the World Cup in Malaysia. Yes, you're so proud. We've had Uyi here proud of the girls, talking about the giant strides that they've taken that has amounted to this accomplishment by the girls. But we want more, like Oliver Twist. We want to see more, like Oliver Twist.
Certainly.
Yes, we're expecting a lot. Yeah. But let me begin with the combination of the team. Yes, the introduction of the coach, Sarah Bakita, and also Blessing Etim. I think that was the great addition for the team. How did that dynamic duo, the combination of them both, shape the performance of the girls going into the World Cup?
This was actually arguably our best strategic move.
Yes.
We know associate female cricket in Africa. We picked arguably two of the best female cricketers across Africa. Let's start with Blessing Etim. She's been our longest serving female captain, and she finished her last match when she led the team to win the bronze medal.
African Games,
yes,
I'm sure.
Thank you. And 3 years ago, we have these bilateral relationships with Rwanda, where we go for their Kwibuka tournament around June of every year. And I saw this lady, grace, elegance, playing this game very professionally. And I said, okay, I don't see our girls playing this good. So it means the standards have been defined. Cut a long story short, I met her after the game, found out that she was even better when it came to her character and outlook. Said, okay, come to Nigeria. Just come and work with the girls in any capacity you want. And starting from just a visit, player mentor, batting consultant, and at least 18 months now, prior to this time, the board clearly took a decision that we're going to form the winning combination. So in Sarah and Blessing. And we actually recognized by the ICC, I think we were amongst the only 5 of the 16 teams that had an all-female senior technical crew in that tournament.
All right, Toyin, you must have a question.
I was going to talk about the coaching, President. Coaching is a very critical part of sports development. You've talked about the impact that these coaches have had on the team. What are the plans to also improve since you are doing so much in investing in the grassroots, in schools and all of that, what's the plan to get quality coaching at that level, turn them out on a regular basis so that from the smallest level, they understand the basics and it becomes easier as they grow to blend into what is happening at the national level?
Yeah, last year, about August, we actually now formally recognized the Cricket Coaches Association of Nigeria. Let's also be very clear that about 5 years ago, we did not have up to maybe 10 or 11 recognized coaches. Now we have over 100 of them. Wow. And each of them going through certifications. There's local certification and the ICC levels 1, 2, 3. So 3 people are in level 3, others are just on that. So they're regular monthly trainings. But what we're going to do now, we specifically identified that we are a bit short in terms of our own, arguably high standards when it comes to batting. Okay. So we've put in place a motion where technical batting consultants, experienced people locally, then we have the main senior coach and high performance manager, Steve Tikolo, going around the zones to work on the coaches. So that we get back the experience in terms of the basics in terms of how we bat. Our batting culture is good, but we can be better compared to fielding and bowling, as people say. But again, as we are not the technical people, ours is to provide the right framework for them to, and we're paying close attention to that this year.
Yes, I can see that close attention paying off because Nigerians were the top performers in the batting. I could see from the World Cup. Lucky was mentioned. We saw also Lillian being mentioned there. This is a beautiful rise there for the girls. Now, I would say that the girls have been able to attend 2 World Cup in 5 years too. That's a great one.
No, actually, now I am disagree to the men.
The
men did the first one. I think
men first.
Yeah,
so you must add the men to the women's conversation. Okay.
Because we're putting the women all the way, which is good. But you have to understand that the men open the door.
Okay, now, but right now, I think I have my focus on the women, and I can't have my
That's
focus
what we
on the
always
women.
want. Let the men open the door. Let the women go in and even do better.
All right,
You know? So
all right.
that's
I'll give it to the men. I'm giving it to the men now.
It just shows that at age grade level, we've got the basics right. I mean, when the men qualified about 4 years ago
Against all odds.
that was like winning a lottery.
Yes,
But
yes,
this
I
time
remember
we've been
the
deliberate in terms of what we are doing. And there's a huge opportunity. Come end of March, we are hosting the final qualified stage of the Under-19 Male World Cup.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed, hopefully we'll deliver on that. But again, it's building on the success of that World Cup. Now suddenly it's like our problems are multiplied fivefold. How do we keep these girls who are amongst the best in terms of their age grades, keep them competitive so that 5 years down the line, they can compete at the senior level with all the players, including the Indians. So that's what we're putting in place. And next month, I'm meeting with the technical team and key stakeholders to have a specific and deliberate high-performance program between age grade and transiting to the national level.
All right, we want to go deeper. I need to know what's behind the steady rise of this sport and the federation to these successes. As I know, it's something that just happened, snap of a finger. Take us through that steady rise of the federation and the sport.
I think, let me just take a journey to where at least I became actively involved. About 7 years ago, some of us went into the board. I was the then vice president. It was a Professor Yahaya Okwenya-led board. And then I was charged with the responsibility of articulating a strategy, a long-term strategy for cricket. It was built around 5 platforms. Grow the game at all levels, reach the grassroots, and all. So now that's our aspiration, is to reach out to 250,000 people. Go and get standard facilities. 5 years ago, we could not host any international tournament because we did not have what we call grass or tough wickets. Now we have 7 across the country, so we can actually prepare and deliver on this. Then the third one is around just high performance and technical related issues. How do we improve our rankings? How do we get the players to start playing well? So 2 years ago, we went in and put all key players on contract. 25 male, 25 female, those who are in school scholarships and rest, so that they can actually focus on the game. Then we went across, so that's on high performance itself. Then I think we now went on partnerships with those who are key stakeholders, media, government, sponsors, commercials, and rest. And I think enhancing our commercial, the girls just did a lot of work for us this time in terms of enhancing our brand.
Yeah, they put you all out there.
In fact, our social media platforms have almost like more than doubled in terms of the last, and thanks to all what you've been doing. But in all of these, I think what's very important, I like to call it the foundation of all these 5 strategies, it's having a strong controls and governance process in place where you can build trust. That was very important for us. First, that platform allows you to identify or key into this vision and everyone being aligned. So most of the board members, all of the board members are aligned in terms of where we are going, and on a periodic basis we assess ourselves. But the problem is that because of successes like what these girls have done, we keep redefining and energizing. We started to say, we want to reach out to 50,000 people every year. Then that changed. We can reach out to 250,000 people every year. We want to be number 3 in the world, in Africa, by 2028. Arguably, we're already 23 years down the line. So what next? So it's an exciting journey, and I'm glad that many people are aligned. So it's like, as a team, it's going to be easier.
Yes, we're hoping that it's going to be easier. This conversation, I'm so excited about it. I might get to play cricket next, you know? That would be my
Is she too old to start to play?
No. In fact, we actually have something that is the most exciting. We have a female cricket Creole initiative where you can play cricket everywhere.
I can come play cricket?
Yes, you can play. Unfortunately, it's too late for you to represent the country, but you will do very well just playing and having bragging rights anytime you have that particular
bragging rights is enough for me.
It's enough for you.
Among the 8 mates. Not under 19,
it's enough for me. It's enough for me. I think I'll make do with that. But I was able to pinpoint some 6-point agenda from one of your interviews, and I think we showed that earlier. And attract investment, commercialize the sport, also strengthen female team, improve facilities and zonal hosting, which you're doing right now. I think from the 6 zones that you have this competition, the under 17 competition. Also, you also want to make it into male cricket top 30 challenge for the ODI, and also make it into female cricket top 20. Success attracts a lot of challenges.
So this is specific agenda for 2025, which we've spun out of our global strategy. Let's remember the global aspiration is to be one of the top 3 recognized sports in Nigeria. And these
Do you want to brush off football?
I said, no, you know, the thing about being cricketers is like you are humble and you know where to pay your dues. So we recognize that football, because of what's well done. But guess what? I mean, in India, cricket is the equivalent of football here. But what I keep telling people is that we want to be in terms of organization and recognition. I know a 10-year-old boy who is registered in our database, whether it's in Zamfara, whether it's in Abuja. I'm already tracking that person's potentials. At 5 years' time, it's in the youth games, under 17, and that person is in the database.
That's a great one.
But talking about the efforts at branding and corporate governance that you talked about, that's really key, because one of the key foundations to the success that these girls have had is the under-17 tournament that PwC has been sponsoring. That's currently going on. Virtually everybody who has played at age level for Nigeria has gone through that tournament. That must be something that PwC should be proud of.
No. Well, PwC has a fair full disclosure, I used to be the country senior partner up till June last year. But I mean, most of my colleagues now took it over because they saw the passion and drove it. But so that's where you have like those kind of partnerships, because it tied with the vision and seeing youth development. But I think what's more important, I was having the conversation, thanks to the Sports Commission, the DG actually at short notice came, very busy schedule, came to Malaysia and it was quite under the weather. And as I told him, I said, name 5 of these girls, give me any 5 names. So he gave Lucky Piety, he gave Liliana there, and so I made a call to our data officer in Lagos. I said, give me their statistics on when their last PwC under 17, and brought it within 5 minutes. So I showed him, and this is the picture, the date of birth, everything put in place, and how we're tracking them. I mean, so we have that for everybody. But now, as I said, the real challenge is that I don't think we have properly articulated. Now it's 19. The girls are excited. I know they're ambitious and aggressive. But how do we really give them a fighting chance from now till about 6-7 years when they really mature to truly be one of the best in the world?
Because at that level, it's a lot more difficult.
That's the big one. That's the big one.
Because the test play nations have all the facilities, the money and everything.
And now that you've put yourself out there, you must be ready to take whatever comes with that fame. But let's wrap up this conversation. Looking beyond 2025, where do you see Nigeria cricket in the next 5 years?
Again, as I told you, we are redefining
the standards.
We said we were going to be number 3 in Africa because, of course, we have South Africa and Zimbabwe. The structures are there. Again, I said we are humble. We want to be number 3, top 3 playing cricket, sports in Nigeria. I know football is clearly number 1. You can argue about about athletics, basketball, those ones. But we want to, so that anyone clearly says cricket is one of the top 3, and it's without question. Facts are there to define it. But we're beginning to be recognized now. I think in the next 5 years, at different levels, we want to break clearly into the top 20 in both categories when it comes to high performance. We want to be reaching out to about 500,000 new kids every year. And we want to have standard facilities. We are 7 now. We want to have standard facilities that you can host any international tournament. We want to have at least 20 across the country where people can go. We want to avoid a situation where any form of any national game is played on standard wickets, not artificial wickets. And then so when it comes to that, we want a situation where we are not dependent on the ICC. That's very, very important. Or governments in terms of our commercials. We want a situation where, as it's already started, there's enough brand. The brand is so enhanced that when we have our Nigerian Super League, it's almost in the same vein as the way people see the IPL.
Okay, all right.
That's an ambitious plan.
Very huge ambition there, but I'm hoping that when these start coming to fruition, you will come to News Central, because you said this on News Central.
No,
so you come to News Central.
News Central will be there.
Yes,
all the way
to follow through.
No, thank you.
To follow through.
No, thank you very much. I know this is maybe better late than never. I know I've had different opportunities to come here, but it's good I'm coming here.
Yeah, August visitor coming up in February.
now on the back of success, so hopefully there will be more successes and my visits will be frequent.
Yes, we pray so. Thank you so much. Uyi Akpata is the president of the Nigerian Cricket Federation. We appreciate your thoughts on the show, and we're hoping that the National Sport Commission can follow through with every single agenda that you've laid down. That's what it's all about, support coming from there. Toyin?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the kind of story we like to tell.
Yeah.
You know, create the positive energy around the sports and help the sports to grow, acknowledge those who are doing well, and encourage those who are not pulling their weight, that look, you can do it. So that's the way to go. And you know, it's easy to go up, but to stay up is a lot more difficult.
Yes.
So we will give our support in every way possible to ensure that they stay up and they keep going up as well.
Yes, up, that's what it's all about. The sky is always the starting point. That's what it said. And I know the girls transition into the senior women's national team. We should hear that, and we should see more of them. I love the fact that Blessing Etim has been, you know, put into the coaching crew. That's what we want to see too. We don't have to always see foreign coaches. Come on, we can give our girls a chance. Thank you for giving Blessing a chance. We do appreciate you.
She's just a star.